Hello, welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds. It feels like it's been forever since I've done a shoot, so I'm excited to be here. Good to see you again. Thank you for joining us. We are in Te Awamutu, the heart of the Waikato. It's a beautiful autumn day, so it's feeling a bit fresh but lovely, and we are here to look at some progress on a kit set we're actually supplying to our good friend Andy from Feature Build. So it's great to be working with Andy again, supplying him a kit set, and he's building it for another good friend of ours, Dave from New Vision Architecture. So it's good to have a bit of a collaboration going on with some people that we know well. Now this is going to be a little bit different, this one. It's going to be a steel house. It's a genuine house, so we're supplying all steel house framing. And it's actually going to be a passive house. So we're going to do a series of videos as we learn about passive housing. Myself, I don't know really anything about passive housing, so I'm really going to go in at the bottom level and really learn about passive housing. So I'm looking forward to learning about that experience with you. Today we're going to catch up with Andy. He's going to give us the rundown about how they're going so far. As you can see, it's fairly early days, but let's learn a little bit more. And yeah, let's learn together. So come on, let's go see Andy. All right, Dave, good to see you, mate.
Good to see you.
Yep. Andy, Shane, how's it going?
Good, mate.
Good stuff. So guys, I am a newbie when it comes to passive homes. I have a very high level understanding, and that is that the buildings are quite sealed up, and then there's a very controlled flow of air through the building. Is that generally correct?
Yeah, so that's two of the 5 main points of passive house. So air tightness being one, and your air conditioning, your mechanical heat recovery and ventilation is one of the other steps. Yeah.
Yeah. You said 2 or 5. What's the other?
Yeah. So the other ones are. Oh, you put me on the spot there, Shane. We've got. Shit, I'm going to have to level it up. I'm going to have to level it up. So the 5 main points of passive house construction is we've got high levels of insulation. We've got airtight construction, as airtight as possible. Then we've got high performance windows. And then we've got thermal bridge free construction and mechanical heat recovery and ventilation.
Right.
Yeah. So they're the 5 main points that we tick off the whole way through the design.
Quite the list, eh?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's nice and short, easy to remember. Yeah, but those, if we try and answer every question with all 5 of those in mind, you usually come out with a pretty high performing house, or hopefully a passive house.
Nice, good stuff. And obviously we're fairly early on in the piece, Andy. We've got some frames up, but probably the first part of this passive housing journey would come in the slab.
Yes.
So what have you done in the slab to make it a bit more passive housey?
Yeah, so correct. With the slab, we've gone for your normal riprap floor, but then you've got your 100mm polystyrene underneath, which gives another layer of insulation. And then we've got our Slab X200, which is the 100mm polystyrene underneath, with another layer of insulation. And then we've got our hot edge, which is a finished different form of polystyrene. It's more like a foam, eh, Dave?
Yeah, an expanded polystyrene.
Yeah, which is a finished product on the outside, easy to install, nice hard aluminium flashings on the corners for protection, but a pre-finished product.
So you pour the slab and then pop that on the outside later?
No, so when you box up, you put that on the slab edge, and then that's poured too. It's obviously tied in when you pour it, and then you pull that boxing off, and then you've got a pre-finished product.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the purpose of the hot edging, Dave?
So other than your windows, the slab edge is actually the worst performing part of any building. Right. So any heat gained, any thermal mass just escapes straight out of the edge. The ground has some insulating factor, but that also draws heat away from the slab. So if we can isolate that edge and bottom from the external elements, then you're putting huge performance increases to your building.
Yeah. Okay.
And simple measures. Yes, it costs a little bit more, but you can only lay your slab once.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's definitely good to start to learn about this. As you can see, we're at the beginning of the process, so there's a whole lot more to unpack and learn about. As the building progresses, we plan to come back and do more and learn more as we go down the path. For now, we've got some frames up. What's next for you, Andy?
So next task is scaffold tomorrow, trusses up, Got an attic trusses in here with a bit of mid-floor going on and bits and pieces. So yeah, aiming for a roof on.
So that attic is just a storage, but there's also going to be the ventilator unit that sits in there?
Yeah, so we're sectioning up the attic space into storage, mechanical heat recovery, ventilation and air conditioning and solar in one part, and then the other part's secure storage, I suppose.
Yeah, cool. And if you're wondering why some of it's blue and some of it's silver, it doesn't. There's no difference. I talked to Christian, I wanted to be factually correct. It's just New Zealand steel. They have different coloured coil. It's the same thing if you're wondering. So yeah, I think that's probably it. Yeah, we'll come back, we'll learn more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.